Check for Look into my eye. That's a beautiful eyes. Don't you know way by my eye.
Bernadetta, why are you following me? You were following me quite conspicuously, so why attempt to hide now?
Please don't hurt me!
Calm yourself. I have no
He's a
reason
little
to harm
girl.
you.
Forgive me, I beg you. I'll go straight back to my room and you'll never see me again, I swear.
Bernadetta.
Yes, Lady Edelgard.
Please explain why you were following me and why you tried to hide.
Is Her Highness saying she will not condemn me?
Please, speak like the human that you are. I already said no harm will come to you.
Yes, I'm sorry. Permit me to explain. Lady Edelgard, you are fearless. I look up to you as an example to follow.
And that explains it. How?
I decided to watch you from a distance, to learn from you, that your presence is, intimidating.
I'll get behind you.
I finally couldn't help but try to hide. Forgive me, I threw myself upon your mercy.
Honestly. Look, nobody is truly fearless. Even I have things that I'm afraid of.
What? You do?
You seem oddly overjoyed at the thought.
No, of course not. But, what in the world could possibly frighten you?
The sea. I find the pitch black of the open sea at night quite frightening. I can't swim, so if the sea were to wash me away, I fear I would never return.
The sea? I think I may have seen it once. Maybe. I didn't know you couldn't swim. That's a surprise.
Again, my shortcomings delight me. Everyone has fears as well as things they can't do. How many times must I tell you?
I really did make you angry.
With this idea, I may be able to get the one-up on Edelgard. This again. Hubert! I wish you would not sneak up on me like that. Maybe you would be more perceptive if your mind were less burdened by sedition. Sedition? Absurd. This is an important project. Yes, I heard. A new way to prove how superior you are to Lady Edelgard. She is not your rival, Ferdinand. She is above you. A noble like you ought to know his place. Anything is better than being a noble like you. Every time you open your mouth, it's Lady Edelgard this or Lady Edelgard that. Do you ever think for yourself? You follow her around like a pet. You spend all of your time fretting over her, and yet you never truly express an opinion of your own. Before you reprimand me, take a moment to consider your own failings. Your nonsense is tiresome, so I hope this will be the last time I have to remind you. Lady Edelgard is the Imperial Princess. You are merely the Prime Minister's son. Yes, I understand that. But my duty is to guide her, to give frank advice when she is on the wrong course of action. That is what I strive to do, always. Thus my devotion to surpass Edelgard, so that if she needs guidance, I will be prepared to give it. If you think it is tiresome to have a mind of your own, you will never be much of an advisor. Does the river of filth pouring out of your mouth ever stop flowing? Your obsession with all things superficial is disgusting. It's no use. You're hopeless. Take my leave. I have nothing more to say to you. Get out of here. Completely unreasonable. How will I see to this?
Hubie, what are you doing here?
A routine matter. No cause for concern.
Ah, so it's something to do with baby then.
Eyes.
She really is all you ever think about, isn't she? Look, I know
He's
you're
a
doing
little
all this so
girl.
that she'll like you, but if you go too far, she'll end up pushing you away. Maybe even hate you.
This has nothing to do with swaying Lady Edelgard's sentiments. I am simply her humble servant. I do what is in her best interest. Whether she cares for me or not is irrelevant.
It really doesn't look that way to me. I bet you'd follow any order Adie gave if you thought it would make her like you. Am I right?
Any order? What a thing to suggest. But the answer is no. I will decline any directive that I deem would not be beneficial to her.
Is that right? So, just for example, if Adie commanded you to find yourself a suitable wife, would you do it?
If it would benefit her in some way for me to marry, then yes, I would marry.
It's easy to say that now, with no bridal party in sight. But if it was the day of the wedding? Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't care what you believe. My only wish is to see Lady Edelgard fulfill her ambitions. All other matters pale in comparison.
Hubie, pale in comparison? You've seen too many operas. I don't think you understand how the world works. At all.
And I don't care what you think either. I would make any sacrifice to support Lady Edelgard. It's a shame you've never experienced such devotion.
You're right. I don't have anyone like that right now. But maybe someday I will.
Then maybe someday you'll understand. Until then, we will never see eye to eye. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do.
Hubie, I don't get you. Although I do find your point of view just fascinating.
Just look at this place. It's so beautiful, I believe I should take a nap and enjoy it properly. Linhart, lost in thought, I see. Unacceptable. Are you not aware that a noble's duty is to be ever vigilant? Rest increases alertness. Is there something I can do for you, Ferdinand? Well, I was just passing by, and I thought I could give you a little advice. You always seem to be napping. Why not spend your free time doing something productive? Easier said than done, Ferdinand. I'm afraid I suffer from a constitution that tires easily. Some training will remedy that. Let us work on that today. I will train you myself. Arise, Linhart. The righteous path of the noble lies before you. You're always giving it your all, aren't you? Yes, I am. Is there something wrong with that? Of course not. In fact, I rather enjoy your demeanor. You go all out even when others wish you wouldn't. You work hard, inspire the admiration of others, and your dignity as a noble is beyond reproach. I consider it my mission to serve as a guide and a model for other members of the nobility. As capable as you are striking, next to you, I am a mere infant. Oh, you are far too kind. although I do work hard each day to achieve all of which you speak.
You've mastered all the important noble skills. You drink tea, talk about how great you are, ride horses.
Indeed, I went for a ride earlier today.
Is that so? You'll have to tell me about it sometime when I'm not walking away.
Where are you going?
I must get some sleep, being the infant that I am. Farewell for now, Ferdinand. Oh, noble among nobles.
Noble among nobles? Seems a bit much. Did he say get some sleep? Hey, wait!
Another fine day alone in my room and
Bernadetta, I have something to discuss with you.
what? I didn't do anything.
No need to be defensive. I am not angry.
Your beautiful
You
eyes.
definitely are. I can tell. Just get it over with. What did I do?
You did not do anything wrong. Please, listen. Look, just breathe, will you?
Can't breathe. Too scared.
I see that you are
Oh,
struggling.
she's a little girl.
Please calm down.
Easy for you to say.
I just wanted to discuss how you are always hiding in your room. It seems like something must be troubling you for you to shut yourself away like
My
that.
smash button
If
was so
something is the matter,
now I'm
maybe I
gonna
can
get
help.
him back.
But you need to tell me what it is
Oh, that is
first.
so unpredictable in
Thanks.
life.
I'm fine. See, I'm breathing out. You fixed me. Can I go?
Do you not realize that life is passing you by? Have you no desire to venture beyond this reclusive lifestyle? There is a whole world waiting for you out there. The social life
I
of a
don't
noble
think
is
so.
actually rather...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not interested.
Bernadetta, this is unhealthy behavior. I beg you to take my hand. Otherwise, I will have to pick you up and carry you, and neither of us will...
What am I actually like being alone? Is that so hard to imagine? It's none of your business. Get lost.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Ouch. I sprained my wrist.
Oh, no. No, you've done it, Bernie. Now, you're his eternal rival.
I do not wish to hurt you. Actually,
No, I'm done for. You'll be the death of me for sure.
maybe I should just come back later.
You're looking pretty tired, Linhart. I think you could use a little more of the fighting spirit.
I believe you have enough fighting spirit for the both of us.
Enough? There's no such thing. You need as much as you can get if you're gonna train.
I'd rather pace myself. You're becoming too much like your father. I still recall with startling clarity the time you forced me to do some training.
I remember your father wasn't too happy about that. Our fathers actually got into a fight over it.
They hate one another so much. I simply cannot fathom what's wrong with the two of them.
I wish they'd just have it out already. One big fight to settle things. My father would win, obviously, but it would still be fun to watch.
That would be rather cruel. I don't think anyone in Fogland could beat up your father. My father does have the height advantage, though.
Height advantage? What does that matter?
When two opponents are of similar strength, the winner of the height advantage wins. It's pure math.
Whoever forces the other to submit wins. That's how fighting works. It has nothing to do with height.
Brute strength alone doesn't decide a fight.
In the
And taller
monster.
people have longer limbs, too.
Why don't
Longer limbs equates to a longer reach. Taller people can hit you from far away. Oh, and they have more leg strength. There's also that... Well, I'm more explaining this. I think you get my point.
No, I don't get it. Now you're talking about limb lanes and reach? None of that matters when you're up close and brawling.
You know, I'm going to agree with you just so I don't have to keep talking.
If you've got something else to say, then come out and say it. Actually, don't forget this. I'll prove it to you myself. Some of those new knights look pretty tall. I'll fight one just for you.
And off he goes.
They're all so strong I couldn't land a single blow.
So it's as I said then, isn't it? The tallest fighter has the
Bright
advantage.
and
My
beautiful
father can lose
eyes.
the fight.
Ting, really? There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in today?
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
He's all got a sign while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worried. I can show you the way to Honeywell.
Okay then.
When you see a beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks.
Little girl.
You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the
I
hunter
am
thinks.
emblem hero.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
You pick the vegetables from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy. They do not scream, but you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You
Big
must
spark.
be killing to be living.
Corneria.
Maybe, but I don't know if I want to be
Corneria.
some kind of vegetable murderer.
It is the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out. You must do what you must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task. Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task.
Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving. Just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task.
Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good. What a relief.
You have understanding now. I can tell.
Great. Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like their
What
vegetables.
beautiful
I
eyes.
have belief in you.
Eyes.
Aw, thanks, Petra.
Look at
I
your
can do this.
eyes.
Make
Your
way for my
eyes.
faster Bernie!
Have luck, Bernie.
Ow! What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit. I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me? Ow! Petra, how are you doing? Getting used to life here?
I am settled. Everyone shows great kindness.
I'm glad to hear it. I was so surprised when you first arrived. A princess all the way from Brigid.
You have my gratitude. But please do not call me princess. You are making my cheeks blush.
There's nothing to blush about. You're
Go
every
with
little
your
girl's
head.
dream of what a princess should be. Anyhow, I suppose it's been a long time since you've been
Now,
back to
go
Brigid.
find the
hasn't it?
hidden.
I hope you aren't homesick. Maybe we can cook one of your favorite dishes from back home.
I do wish for that. But there is no possibility. The ingredients are not found here.
I suppose you're right. That's probably why they don't cook the food of Brigid in the dining hall. I'm sorry. I just got to thinking about how hard it must be to live somewhere so far away from home and... No, it can't be impossible. I'll fix you a real meal of Brigid. I'll just find a recipe and similar ingredients.
Wait, Dorothea. It is the thinking that counts. But your cooking is... Oh, what is the word? Horrendous. That is what everyone is saying anyway.
Horrendous? Nobody's cooking can be that bad.
The thinking is enough for me. You have my biggest gratitude.
Fine, I'll do something instead of cooking for you. I just want to be sure that you feel at home here. How about a massage? That may help you loosen up.
I have no problems. My body is already able to relax.
Oh? Then perhaps I could sing you lullabies to help you sleep.
I'm not having sleeping trouble.
Just know that you never have to worry about putting me out. I like helping my friends. Well then, I must be going, but remember my offer.
Dill.
Dorothea is filling my heart full.
Dorothy.
Oh my. Just one small girl who's gone astray has caused all this. We cannot let this stand. You must do all you can to find out where she's gone. Now ask around to see what information you can find. Come now, no time to waste.
Hey,
Welcome. This one? Thank you. 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 Please come again.
Hey there. Is this it? There you go. 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 Is this it? Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Come back anytime. Hey there.
You got me?
Come back anytime.
You bet.
What do you require? Farewell. Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break.
Professor?
Greetings, Professor. Today, there is quite a bit to report. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning. You see, nothing gets past this guard. I doubt it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance, but... well, better safe than sorry, I always say.
To think that Flame would disappear like this. Sedith must be worried sick. I haven't much to go off of, and perhaps it's out of line for me to feel so uncomfortable. But something has been bothering me for a while about Gilbert. I feel as though I've met him somewhere before. I also noticed him staring intently at Annette once. No, that's not mine. I suggest you ask around. No, 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 no. Yes, that's mine. Thank you very much. I've been looking for it. plans, so let's talk some other time.
No.
Hey, I don't know if she ran off or got kidnapped or what. I just know that Flame's in trouble. That's it. I can't keep sitting around. I gotta go find her.
And where do I start?
What's this? No, it's not mine. You should ask someone else. What's that? What's that? Yeah, that's definitely mine. You really saved me with this. I owe you one, Professor.
Hello.
Hey!
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it, Professor.
Beautiful, delicate maiden vanishing into thin air? It is like something out of a book. If it were a book, we would have no need to worry. She would be rescued presently by a dashing nobleman. Do you have any idea as to where she might be? Where she might have wandered off to? The greenhouse. I did not think of that. I will take a look around there later. How could you possibly think that is mine? Go ask someone else. How could you Oh, I was looking for this. Thank you so much. I hope Flame isn't going hungry. If someone really kidnapped her, I'll never forgive them. Now that I think about it, I saw Aloise hanging out by the pond not too long ago. He was always getting into trouble for trying to talk to Flame, you know? It's probably a crazy thought, but I'm starting to worry. That isn't mine. I have no clue who could have dropped it. That is...
Professor. Monastery has been turned upside down. I wonder if we're still going to have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion next month. It's a yearly tradition, but with things the way they are right now, it's hard to imagine. At any rate, I hope they find Flame soon.
Ah, you're looking for Flame's kidnapper. I can't say anything for sure, but I do have suspicions about Yuritsa. There's something about how he's handling his blade lately. It seems more impulsive than usual. It couldn't hurt to try speaking with him at least. At this hour, I think you'll find him sparring with Catherine at the training grounds. I know nothing about it. Ask someone else. I know nothing. That's mine. Thank you for finding it.
Ingrid just about slapped the teeth out of me. All I did was suggest that Flame might have eloped. I don't know. I was just suggesting things. Then suddenly I was seeing stars and Ingrid was yelling at me. Oh, that's mine. Oh, thanks, Professor. You really saved the day.
Cap open the store when you're hungry. And we ended going to dancing.
Hey there, Professor. Did you want to talk? What? Me? Abduct Flame? You can't really believe I did that. Well, this may sound silly, but I was too scared to even look. I couldn't bear the thought of finding her in its depths.
Just stay down.
What?
Just stay down.
Hey.
Hello.
Flame? No, I haven't seen her. She's been abducted. Oh, you're looking for her. Sorry, my mind was somewhere else. I just recently learned she has a crest. Did you know that, Professor? If it was a particularly rare crest, I could imagine Professor Hanneman would have quite an intense interest in her. Oh, no, I'm not accusing Professor Hanneman of abducting Flame. That's not mine. That's not mine. Oh, thank you. I gave up hope of ever finding it.
I've only ever spoken to Flame a handful of times. She always seems so naive about the ways of the world. I'm worried about her. What makes you say that? This is hardly the time for teasing, you know.
Young girl.
Someone lost that, huh? Oh, that's mine. Thank you so much. I've been looking everywhere. Ah, Professor. What an honor that you would come and talk to me. I'd like to learn more about you. Maybe someday you can add me to your class.
Do you really think Flame was kidnapped? Do you think she ran off on her own? That doesn't put me any more at ease. Did you find this? I wonder who it belongs to. Did you find... Flame was child-napped. That is what you are thinking? And the villain is inside our monastery? I must have admittance. One person has been catching my eye. Shamir is a knight not like other knights. Her movements are being reminders of... No.
Jump into the
They
fly.
remind me of warriors of Bridget.
Fly into
Before
the
she was
storm.
here, what was she getting up
Get
to?
me. Amigo.
This is not belonging to me. I hope you are finding its owner soon. This is not Hey, Professor, have you seen Manuela? I saw her running off somewhere in a terrible hurry. I wonder if it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance. Do you know, Professor?
Come on.
Oh, yes. Do you know? She was the senior diva in our opera company. I'm sorry, but that's not mine.
What are you doing
Yes,
here?
it is.
I need to talk to you. Too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
Professor!
Come on.
Professor! I saw him.
Come on.
A knight wielding a gigantic scythe. He was just like
What are
the
you
rumors
doing
say.
here?
All
I need to
covered in
talk to
jet-black
you.
armor.
To
It was
explain. No,
the
no.
Death Knight.
Jay, maybe
Just
pretty
know
clear.
it. You don't think he has something to
You
do
know,
with Flame's
spoiled
disappearance, do you?
Oh no. Maybe she's right. She isn't right. I had another wasted development. I played at the motor of entertainment. I made it as a practically connected the phone.
Flame's
I
got
chose
busy.
to.
Where could she be? If it were
were an ordinary
Shit,
kidnapping, you'd think there'd be a demand for ransom or something by now. I don't like the sound of
Hey,
this.
it's me. No. That's
I bet Flame ran away. She couldn't
that's us.
stand being held
You,
back by
Jen.
Flame any longer.
They're gonna marry
I can
any
bet
of you
that
happen to know
I
you,
what it's
but
like
you
to have
just
an
distracting
overbearing
me, bro.
big brother.
People rented the phone and sorry for you. No one's gonna get.
Hey,
Did you hear about Flame? It's just one thing after another this year, I swear. Some of the lower-ranked knights are searching for her in the town. If they find anything, I'll know. What? Yuritsa? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him today. What would make you suspect him? I see. Well, I'll let the knights know. Not mine. Don't know whose it is.
I need to talk to you. To explain, no. What are you doing here? I need to talk to you. To explain, no. Jay, make it pretty clear. You can never spoil your breath. Oh no. Maybe she's right.
dear goddess, you're
Maybe
my
she's
brother.
right. She isn't
Watch
right.
over Flame.
She isn't
Please
right.
protect her.
I had another way to the room in the bed. I probably said the weapon for the phone. I made it to switch it either for the clay, either for the ordinary time. Shit, hey, that's me. Hey, that's me. No, that's Alex. You, Jen. They're gonna marry, and if you happen to know that you and this way, I will be the prince at the first in the time of the and now the virgin first and then Augustus is right down the voting for it, and now actually gone. Oh, so that's what you had to change the phone number. So I didn't really get him a sense.
I didn't mean to trouble you. Oh, Professor. Hello. Excuse me. I have
Jen,
to go.
what do you want? You're right. I'll never fight for anything in my life. Now it's something to fight for. No bugs.
Need something? This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set. This one? This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
I think this is your first today. Augustus has struck down the order you need to say. I believe in you in the order.
I've served here at Garrick Mock in some capacity or
Augustus has
several
struck
decades
down.
now.
Alright.
But after all
And now
that time,
actually.
even I can't claim to know everything about the layout.
Oh.
Searching the entire interior of the
So
monastery
that's
is a
what
more
you have to
difficult
do.
task than you may think. It
Jen,
makes you wonder who designed
what do
such
you
a
want?
titanic compound.
You're right.
There were fragments
I'll never
of
fight for
records remaining
anything in
from
my
its original
life.
construction.
Now
None
it's
of
something
them
to
named
fight
the actual
for.
architect.
No bugs. This is so bad. Why did you ever give? Who are you? Not a cent. Hey, I thought you for the guy came from the future. It's kind of.
Please, not in here! I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I? There, see? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie. Maybe Flame just wanted to be alone for a while. Have you considered that? Come to think of it, where is her?
My beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
Distracted the gentleman. Already struck down the ball, and now I can.
Hey there.
Oh. So that's what you had to do.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
Oh. So that's what you had to change of a phone.
Hello.
So you would give him in the sand. Jen.
Let's see.
What do you want? Right. I never fought for anything in my life.
I can't believe Flame just disappeared.
Now it's
I don't like it one little bit. Oh, are you here to see someone?
No bad.
Alois and Shamir and all the knights are gonna head into town soon.
I'm gonna stop racing. Not a baby.
I don't know who this belongs to, but it's not mine. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, Professor.
No, it's no way. No, don't stop racing now. Let me hungry.
Impressive. Nice work.
Drop me! You gotta hold on!
This might be the first time I've ever seen Seth look
Drop
so worn
me!
down.
But you gotta hold on to the better to drive to me, and you're still gonna turn to the wrist
suspect is that miscreant from
Can you
Dusk.
believe what happened?
People are deceptive by nature.
You care about the future of you. You've got plenty here forgotten. Sir?
Young Flame's disappearance is most troubling.
Sir?
What?
I
You
hope
suspect me?
because of the lesson, you
I'll
will
tell you.
succeed.
A fool.
There won't
That's who.
be any.
Flame's crest,
Jack.
the major crest of
Got work
Saline,
to do.
is red,
Yeah.
but there are others who possess
But
it.
West is just a civilian.
I'm not sure why you'd imagine I might own such a
West
thing.
though,
Try something
West is
else.
just a civilian.
I'm not.
West thought to be fun of me.
If Flame has been taken hostage, then we know she is alive.
West though,
At least for
West
now.
is just a
There
civilian.
would be no point to abducting her if
Now
simple
put her in
murder was
uniform.
the objective.
For you dick.
That's only logical, Professor.
Look, Alex.
Unfortunately, you are mistaken. This does not belong to me. Unfortunate.
West though, West is just a civilian. Now put on a uniform.
Let's see.
For you dickhead.
I can only imagine how worried Sedith must be, but isn't
Alex,
mobilizing the
not
entire
what you're
order
doing
of
now,
knights a
the-
bit Excessive.
Working
I was originally assigned to investigate those reports of the death knight in the town near Garrett. When I think how many more victims that dastard might claim while we're all busy searching for Flame. I'm sorry, that was insensitive. We're all under a lot of stress right now.
For everything I started from my time. I can't believe you showed us the only day. But I don't know, but for this to believe it.
There's a lot of rumors swirling around lately about a death knight who kidnaps people from the nearby town.
You and me.
You don't think Flame
More
was...
than anybody. Now, let you know to put this out it don't have the chance to save the few.
Whether the rumors are true or not, I just hope our Flame is safe. A lost item. I haven't seen it before. Maybe you should ask around.
What's though? What's it just a civilian? I put on the uniform. Boy, dick.
If Flame were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now. Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away? What could it be then? What possible motive could there be to abduct her?
Hey.
I don't recall misplacing anything. You will have to excuse me. I'm quite busy.
I have to one chance, maybe do things over. Over now without conditional, unfortunately. I don't know if
Do you think she's really been kidnapped? I hear Tomas has been going around asking about her.
Only one.
But he's probably just worried like the rest of us.
One last chance.
Though it wasn't just Flame.
He
was asking about you and Captain Gerald too.
I hold it, you know.
Someone lost this? Some people just don't appreciate what they have. Someone lost.
I made it, son. Great job. Great job. Now it's time.
Let's see. I have thoroughly surveyed the entire monastery, and yet I have not found a single trace of evidence that suggests Flame was abducted. Perhaps we must seek out personal recounts rather than physical evidence. In any case, we must hurry before something terrible happens.
I've heard the monastery is full of secret passages. If there is no sign of Flame's departure, it is possible that she used one of those. Whatever has happened, I hope she is all right.
Is that to give me the one last thing? No more secret. No more secret.
Let's see.
Is something the matter? I see. So, Flame has gone missing. I will do what I can to support the search. It seems that you are a bit suspicious.
Those are my friends.
Might I ask your reasons? I was away from the monastery for a few years, but do not forget, I have spent more than 4 decades in total working here at Garrick Mark Monastery. Yet it was not until recently that I learned that Seth has a sister.
Time to bring him in.
Natural to be curious, don't you think?
Time to bring him in.
There is nothing more to it than that.
Sir? Sir? You sure this is right? Same thing you had to sing for. Right. I won't let you down.
Reflecting on it now,
I get
Flame
with
has
it.
always seemed a rather odd person.
I knew
She
you showed
appears
up.
young. There's
Yes.
something about her that seems much older than her years suggest.
Okay.
And
Let's
she's
go.
quite wise, but also surprisingly naive. Right. Whatever the case,
You pay for
seems
this.
to care for her more than anyone.
I don't think so. It's
What? Did someone lose that? It's not mine. Hey!
you pay for that.
Miss Flane's whereabouts are unknown. Pray she is safe. We do not seem to have any leads at present. I am one of the suspects, am I? Well, hopefully I can lay your suspicions to rest. Do you know of my, let's call it, unique situation? I was once a knight, in service to the Fargus royal family. If Ingrid believes she saw me before, it was likely in Verdia, the kingdom capital. Net is, she is my... But no, I would appreciate it, Professor, if you would ask no more.
John Bernard.
No, that does not belong to me. I suggest you speak to others. No, that... No. Ah, thank you for bringing me this. Life without it was difficult.
Because of Flane's disappearance, all of the knights are searching non-stop. But we haven't found a single lead. Senate's face is getting paler by the minute. It's hard to watch. You looking for Manuela? Well, I did pass by her earlier. She was carrying something.
Why did you ever give up, you fair?
Are you feeling alright? When have you ever seen Flane wearing a mask?
Flame.
Because of Flame, we haven't found she was carrying something. I'm not close to the guy, so I can't say for sure. But come to think of it, you could be right.
No.
That is all I can ask. Please, lend me your aid. She would never have left the monastery of her own volition. Why is there not a trace of her to be found? I'm sorry to say, I have no idea to whom this belongs. I'm sorry to...
Taste my pain! Taste my pain! Taste my
Anyway, I heard
taste
something like this happened
my
last night too.
pain!
Neither the culprit nor the missing
Taste
student were
my
ever found.
pain!
Some people say it was the
Burn
evil
you in the
spirits.
dark souls!
Don't say things like that, Professor. I'm sure the culprit is, corporeal. We'll catch whoever it is. This isn't mine. You should ask around. Hey,
I know. Unfortunately.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break. Is this about Flane? You find me suspicious. True. Your point being? I understand that I don't fit in among the Knights of Seros, but that hardly links me to Flane's disappearance. It's not mine. You should ask someone else. It's not my. It's not my.
I don't have time for games. Get out of my way.
We must begin our search for Flame, Professor. If she ran off of her own free will, that's her business. But that may not be the case. For her sake, I suggest we assume that she was abducted and begin an investigation. Who benefits from kidnapping her? Let's gather all the information we can on anyone who's been acting strangely. A lost item. It doesn't look familiar. Maybe you should ask around. A lost item. I have a favor to ask. I knew I could count on you. Manuela ran off with Yuritsa's mask? We'll have to speak with both of them. But where could Manuela be? Yuritsa?
Jet. I'm a dance. Stay on the dance. Don't you ever lose in me.
I would be liking that greatly.
I could eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it. Hey, Professor, what's going on? A suspicious man? Where? Oh, is that him? What do you think he's up to? Never mind that. Let's get him. Keep watch. It's so boring. My instincts tell me that he's up to no good. And my instincts are never wrong. Come on, let's get him before he has a chance to strike. Huh? Oh, it leads to the plaza where the kids play. There's no way I'm letting this guy get anywhere near those kids.
Caspar, why did you disobey your professor?
Well,
I am not seeking excuses from you. I asked because I want you to consider your actions and apologize for them. It just so happens that you were correct in your assumption that this man was a villain. If that were not so, he would not have chosen to take his own life upon seeing you advancing toward him.
great. So I was...
But because of your actions, that is all we know. There is no way for us to know who he was, what he was planning to do, or if he has allies lurking about. The only lead we have is a scorpion tattooed on his arm. If this indicates that he was a member of an underground organization, we have no way of dealing with it. Are you prepared to be held responsible if his group commits a serious crime?
But you betrayed me.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
Bro,
What are you talking about, Professor? We didn't do anything wrong. Those kids might have been in danger if we didn't act. I couldn't just stand by and let that happen.
I am having a report, Professor. I work to grow.
I will master this. I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
That's my cue.
Ready.
Oh no.
I will get the victory.
Put me in there.
Poor Tom. Why did you ever? Why did you ever? Did you ever give up? Why did you?
As you wish.
I will prevail.
Bad.
Now you know your limits.
Too bad.
One step at a time.
Too round.
Well, how was that?
Too wide. All right.
Witness my power. One step at a time.
I'll get hold on.
Defenseless, are we?
Critical time. Oh God.
Practice does make perfect.
You saved me.
Think this through.
You need to stay out of the bed. Holding on.
Each battle a chance to grow.
Disappointing, but I will not misplace my heart.
Haha.
started.
Enemy pen.
This was beneath me.
Spirit protecting me. Disappointing, but I will not misplace my heart. Great work.
Still raring to go.
quite of a clue.
Well, how was that?
That was the ending.
A great help.
Put me in there.
Well done.
Only a fool challenges me.
Look, I had it too.
Marvel at our strategy.
This is harder than expected.
No. Wrong. Don't try. I'll stop him.
I will prevail. Failure is not an option.
Oh. No.
What?
What have I done? Going to. You're going to regret this. Better stay close when I see you.
greatness awaits me.
Won't stand him against me. Now to just take him out. Oh no, no, you again. No, not you again. That's on the poison the breath. Move back.
Damn it! Not here. My limit is nearby.
Gonna have to retreat in a while. Gonna have to retreat in that while.